I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of First Date. My guest today is a very funny comedian. You can see him on tour. He also has his own show. It's called The Joey Show. Give it up for Joey Avery.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you came in from New York.
Yes.
You look warm.
I am. Yeah. I am dressed like a green screen, but I am warm. I'm swimming in this hoodie, but it's nice.
I like oversized hoodies.
Yeah, it's nice. And on an airplane, you want to like be in a blanket the whole time anyway,
Yeah.
so it's perfect.
How soon do you stand after an airplane lands?
I mean, I wait my turn because I'm a respectful human being. I want to stand, but these sick fucks who are in the back, like charging like we don't live in a society, kind of bothers me, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a line. Sorry that you got 29F. I'm in 10. I go after 9. It's not that hard. It's very simple. But I'll stretch the legs if I need to. But I'm a window guy, so I'm kind of trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like when someone stands up and then hovers over you with their like bag. So like you have no...
The amount of social anxiety, like the second the plane lands, is so intense. I like people. I start hating everybody. Like, it's bad. I don't like it at all. And I usually have to pee, too, because I'm a window guy, but I'm a liquids guy.
Ooh,
So
what a
I'll,
bad combo.
It's a tough combo. But I'm also a gridded out guy. I don't go to the bathroom on the plane.
You don't?
I try. I mean, if it's a long flight, but I did, 4 hours today, 2 coffees before, 2 waters, and I just retained my liquid.
Wow, you must be extremely dehydrated to retain that much liquid.
No, I know it was mind over matter. I'm so hydrated. I'm keeping all of my fluids.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It's a great flight though.
That.
Got some work done.
I pee just from laughing, so
yeah,
I admire that. That's
Do you pee more now that you're pregnant?
Oh, that's like such a silly question.
Because you're peeing for 2?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm eating for 2. I'm peeing for
peeing
2.
for 2.
And my boyfriend drinks for 3.
He needs to. Yeah, that's good. Someone in the family has to stay getting hammered.
He needs to maintain
Yeah.
his alcohol intake for all of us.
It's a fun quotient, and you're a family now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here are some appetizer questions.
I see a ring on your finger. Are you
Yes,
married?
I am.
How long have you been
Would
married?
be a crazy flex to just wear this.
If you just weren't married and you were like...
I saw that one episode of Seinfeld where they said girls like it. No, I'm married. I've been married for 2 years. We've been together for 13.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
You look really young.
Thank you. I moisturize and I retain all my liquids.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Peeing ages
You've got
you.
a lot of water.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did you meet her?
College.
What was she studying?
Boy, come with the stumpers out of the gate. No,
You're like, this dick?
Yeah. How to suck on it? No, that's my wife. She was studying it at the school that we went to. She studied a thing called management science, I think, which is kind of like the closest thing to a business degree, but it's very mathy because she wanted to do engineering, but then was like, I can't, because she's like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. She tried though.
Yeah. Yeah. I could never do anything that involves math.
No, I'm more of a vibes guy.
Yeah.
Math is low on vibes. They're like, that was wrong. And I'm like, it felt right. I was down with math until they put the letters in.
Oh.
And I was like, don't bring the alphabet into this.
I was never good at math at anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
Can you do like basic arithmetic? Like
I failed pre-algebra
okay.
3 years in a row.
Okay. Wow.
Had to
You
go.
couldn't make an adjustment?
No, there's no adjustment with this brain. Like,
yeah.
once you're retarded,
yeah, you just kind of
you just go
peeing
with
your
it.
pants
You're
around your
like,
ankles.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
And so my parents kept thinking that I could, but I couldn't. And so 3 years in a row, I failed. I had to go to like Sylvan Learning Center.
Oh, that's tough.
That's
like,
tough. Yeah, that's where like people go with like true impairments.
I came up through the San Francisco comedy scene, and there was a house in San Francisco that a bunch of comics lived at, and it was always called Sylvan House because it was where all the like rejects and like dumb kids lived. And I guess they realized one day all the like, you know, open micing like comics were like, "Were you in Sylvan?" And then they all. So we just referred to it because they were all impaired.
Yeah, I couldn't say my R's.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Quicket." They were like, "What does a lion do?" I'm like, "It was."
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I don't know.
Was that like a Jersey accent?
Thank God I'm attractive.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, you'd be
because otherwise
you would not have anything in that belly.
This would be empty.
That would be empty.
yeah.
Does anyone get fucked for their math prowess? Is that a thing?
Asians must.
Well, yep.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
Just saying. Like, that's how they're
I don't know if that's a byproduct. I don't know if that's...
I'm not sure, but I'm dumb, so if I get canceled, it won't shock anybody.
As a white guy, I can tell you Asians get fucked for a variety of reasons.
It's not just their cars.
It's a stereotype.
That super fast Honda.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm usually not this rude. So do you let's get back into dating and not stereotyping
right. That's
Asians.
Good. No.
Do you still talk to any of your exes?
No, I only have one.
Only one?
Yeah.
That you ever were like truly with?
For a real relationship,
Yeah.
I've been with two people, my wife and one ex who's like high school into early college. And I've been with several other people, and I'm friends with some of them, but none that I was like deeply involved with.
Right. And so I assume you're married, you don't talk to her. Do you think that for other people, going back to an ex is a good or a bad idea?
For what purpose?
Just like, there's always a play. I feel like people go back to their ex when they're bored.
Yeah.
There's no one else. They've been waiting. They've been going out. They feel like maybe going back to their ex is better.
I heard something interesting that was like, when you go back, part of what you're trying to do is like live in the past. Like you're trying to rewind your own clock. You're trying to revisit a different version of you.
Yeah.
You're trying to be younger you. You're trying to live in like nostalgia. And it's probably awesome. I haven't done it, but I would imagine you go back, you smash, you're like, this is unreal. And then, an hour after that, you're like, God damn, this person fucking pisses me off.
It's
I
the
totally
same
forgot
shit.
about that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it could work, but it's very case by case.
I agree.
I've
never gone back to an ex and it worked out.
No, it seems like a really fun, exciting thing to do for 2 weeks until you realize why,
Y'all broke up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where do you think is the perfect first date?
Oh, that's a great question. I've never been on a date before.
How did you start dating your wife?
I met my first girlfriend in high school, right? And then I met my wife in college. So I would just be like at parties like, what's up? And then just try and just get girls that way by just being around at parties and social events. But it wasn't like sitting down and like, let's get to know each other. Like, obviously I've taken women on dates, but it was people I was already seeing.
Okay.
I've never gone on like a first date and been like, so what's your deal?
Yeah. What's your favorite color?
Yeah. So this is it. This is my first date.
Wow. So what do you do? Do you have an active, if you and your wife, what's her name?
I don't usually say it.
Okay. We'll call her
it's just a non-public
Penny.
figure. Okay. Penny.
So Penny.
Yeah.
How did you and Penny start like taking it outside of college? What did you guys do? You had to have done were you already a comic?
No, we met before I ever did comedy. We were in college. We would just like see each other at parties, and then it would just be like, come over, and then you just kind of hang out and hook up. You'd go, do fun things, go to the beach.
I don't know. Listen, Joey, I didn't go to college. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Shock you.
You don't know how to read. I completely forgot. Well, we've had two very different life experiences.
I don't even know what college is like.
I don't know what dates are like.
I don't know what a campus looks like or a dorm room. So none of that stuff.
Yeah, you're kind of just floating around. I would say a great first date spot. I mean, like the classic thing is going out to dinner, but that's what everybody does.
Right.
I think like a beach day would be great.
Okay.
You know? And I might be thinking back to, I went to college in San Diego, but it's like, you go to the beach, you're hanging out, vibes are good. You get to kind of see what you're working with.
100%.
You know, each other. You're like almost naked, so you're not going to be surprised.
Yeah.
You could, and you know, you could, if that person is a sober person, you can be active. If they like to get fucked up, you can catch a day fade. Day fade, you can smash. Then you can go to dinner after that. Then you have a low pressure dinner. You already had sex.
That's a day fade?
That's a day fade.
What the fuck? That's the most California thing
yeah.
you could have ever said.
Catching a day fade is awesome.
Oh.
Where are you from?
I lived in California for 16 years. And if any guy would have referred to a date as a day fade?
No. The day fade's getting drunk during the day.
Okay.
It's not like, that's not how I'm referring about our time together. That's just any time you start getting hammered during the day.
That's just what it's called.
Catching a day fade.
Fucking loser, dude.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah. It's like catching a wave. I'm going to catch a day fade. I'm going to go catch a wave. And then I'm like,
yeah, it's
maybe.
fun.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
I do.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Okay,
Mesquite.
Nice. Okay.
I
What
know
do you call it? Like strapping on a yeehaw? Something like that.
No, there was no. I didn't even have like my first kiss till I was 16, and I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 18.
That's the legal way.
That's shitty, dude.
Yeah. When do you think you should? Do you have like an ideal?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But like, whoever wants to do anything by the rules?
Right. No, but depending on the rule, but yeah, in general.
You know, like
Yeah.
in general, you're trying to be rebellious.
Yes.
Like everyone that I've ever met, they're like, "Oh, I got my dick sucked when I was like 12."
Yeah, well, those people are in therapy. That's not good. I didn't even touch, puss or anything till probably sophomore year of high school, and yeah, I think I had sex junior year. Yeah, but I did drugs early. I got that out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, a little 8th grade session there.
What, and was that just like weed?
It was weed, and then they're also like, earmuff it, don't do this. But we did this. I was hanging out with like some bad kids, and they figured out you could buy these like cough pills or whatever, and take a bunch of those and catch a day fade.
Fuck, dude. Are you from California?
Yeah, Bay Area.
Yeah. Oh my God, you look like the Bay Area.
Do I?
You do.
Nice, I'll take that.
Yeah, you look like a date fade from the tech era.
Okay, yeah.
It all makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And people in San Fran have like really nice skin like you for some
I
reason.
didn't know that. But
Unless they're homeless.
that is tough.
Fentanyl
will do a number on the skin.
Yeah.
But they're flexible. They can like fold over.
I think it's the
cool.
ocean air and the sun can
Yeah.
do you some good.
And in San Francisco, there's a lot of cloud cover, so when you're there, you're not getting too much sun. Just a little bit. It's like a little SPF.
Yeah, it's weird that you're agreeing with me, but I feel like
Are we supposed to disagree the whole time?
we're not. Were you cool in high school?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I was cool, but like with a mild chip on my shoulder, so I kind of nailed it. Because like I didn't feel like I peaked because I wasn't a football guy. I was a baseball guy, and we didn't get as much respect. But, people liked me. I was very fun.
Yeah.
And popular. But I was also like, how come those guys, how come girls are wearing their jerseys? And so I always kind of felt like I had something to prove. And I think that's allowed me to not, completely fall off a cliff like many of the guys who were also cool at that age.
When did you get into comedy?
I think I was 21.
So you've been in it for a while.
Yes. Yeah. First several years, you just kind of suck and make no money.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a bit
normal.
of a grind. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like being an intern,
Yeah.
But
it's like so exciting. Like you could be doing an open mic for like 4 people and your whole day is like, I gotta fucking kill.
Yeah.
And it's like you have purpose, So it's always been really cool.
Yeah. I've teamed up with DraftKings, and Super Bowl 59 is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. This is your shot to make every last play a moment to be remembered. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using code FIRSTDATE. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers who use my promo code FIRSTDATE and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code FIRSTDATE, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
We all know February is the month of love. Looking to keep the love alive in and out of the bedroom? Want to keep that Valentine's Day energy going? Elevate your passion using the natural power of hemp with Via. Via has developed a unique blend of pleasure-enhancing cannabinoids, libido-strengthening herbs, and a medium dose of THC, all into one mind-blowing gummy called High Love. Via's best-selling High Love gummy heightens senses, boosts blood flow, and enhances intimacy. Their new High Love bundle featuring gummies and a THCA vape offers the full experience at an unbeatable price. I personally like the CBD gummies. I have tried them in the past, and they are great. If you're 21 or older, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code DATE to receive 15% off. And if you're new to Via, get a free gift of your choice. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them, so please support our show and tell them that we sent you. This month of love, elevate your love life with Via. And so now you're married. Now you're on tour. Mm-hmm. What's your next step? Do you want kids?
Yes. Yeah. So there's different steps. Like the career step is like go from touring to, just bigger venues and more tickets and all that. And then in life, yeah, kids.
How many kids do you want?
Probably 2.
It's a good number.
Yeah, probably 2. Maybe 3 happens, but 2.5. We got 6 on ice too. We got 5 boys and girls chilling in the freezer.
Did she freeze her eggs?
Yes, because she has a job with good insurance, and so it was like a benefit that they offer.
Really?
Probably to keep women in the workplace longer, to be honest.
Yeah.
But honestly, I appreciate it. It's very expensive. We wouldn't have done it otherwise.
It's the same thing. I have a couple of friends who did IVF.
It's kind of nice because then if we want to have kids later, I'm not going to have this like old jizz, and then because that could make them weird, right?
Or just very chill.
I mean, they're going to be chill.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're going to be chill.
They've been packed in a freezer for a while.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I thought you meant because I'm chill, and I was like, yeah.
You're not chill, Day Fader.
Okay.
Let's see here. Where's the craziest place you've ever had sex?
Probably the top floor of my college library. It's a really cool library. It's like one of the coolest libraries.
Did you try to stay quiet?
Yeah.
Was anyone there?
Well, you have to stay quiet in a library.
But
That's
were people? Was this during day
it was during.
hours?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but there's a bathroom. Do it in the bathroom. It's like you're studying. You're down there studying. You're trying to work, and then you're trying to read this book. And reading, a lot of times you'll start reading and you'll just get hard because you're like hella bored. And then it's like, let's do this.
That's a thing.
It is. I don't know if it's universal, but
I can honestly say a book, well, besides 50 Shades of Grey.
right. No, it's not due to the book being stimulating. It's due to the book being boring. And then your
Oh.
dick's like, I got an idea.
I got something more fun
Why
to
don't
do.
we have an actually good time?
Yeah.
And then you release.
How about you get
and
your
then
head out of this book?
That's right. And
Yeah.
and get my head into your hand. Yeah, there you go. There
Yeah.
you go. And then you can focus after that. Then you can read after that because you're more calmed down, and then you fall asleep. I might have ADD. I don't know, actually. Don't we all?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think cool people have ADD.
Yeah.
The people with good personalities.
Right.
Like when someone tells me that they've done all the work and they're like, I've worked on myself. I'm cool, calm, collected. I don't have any kind of anxiety left in my life. I'm like, you sound fucking boring.
Do people say that to you?
I mean, people who have done ayahuasca,
Ah, yes. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
people who meditate and do yoga and like just really want to find their center.
Yeah, I've done 2 of the 3. I've done yoga. I've meditated. I've read books about becoming a better person. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just a little too fun to just sit here and be like, I figured it out. I have no if you say you have no problems left, you're a fucking sociopath.
You also
Anyone who does work knows that there's always work to do and you're never done. So I want to be a good person, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, I figured it out, babe. We're good. That's insane. You're a crazy person. And then I kind of want to do. I'm interested in ayahuasca. I kind of want to do it, but then people who do ayahuasca always are like, you know, we've been with the medicine and like,
They're
you know, like I
different
do
people.
Aya, and I'm just like, but I would like to gain all the benefits of doing it, but I don't want to wear flowy pants and weird like tie necklaces.
I think that comes with it though.
I know, and I would look nice in both of those items.
I had a friend. What?
I mean, you know, welcome to my ashram, you know, that sort of vibe.
No. I feel like I had a friend who came back and did ayahuasca in Peru for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And she came back with these like little figurines that these Peruvians built in the jungle.
Yes.
And they're like from wood and they were hand carved.
Yes.
And when you're like fucked up on drugs,
They're like, this is the Panther
you're like,
goddess.
oh my God.
Yeah.
And then they're like, these are worth like thousands of dollars, but we're going to sell them to you for $50.
Yeah, that's insane. and so it's like I just have such a split mind on it because I know for a fact that doing ayahuasca is probably incredibly valuable. Feels like a bunch of therapy packed into a couple days. I'm sure I could benefit from it. But I also know that there are a lot of people who live in Peru that are like doing this and they're like, just tell the white people what they want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, tell them this panther is like part of the jungle or whatever.
And they
they'll
sell
be like,
the
"Dude,
medicine
no
that they
way."
can legally go home with. She came back with like some tree bark that's supposed to make your dick hard. And
She should try reading a book.
and she was like, I don't know why no one has taken this tree bark and like encapsulated it and sold it to men. It's the most natural way to get your dick hard.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's like they used to like shave rhino tusks for the same purpose. It's like just take a normal dick pill.
Yeah.
Or, you know, look inside yourself.
Read a
Why
book.
is your dick not getting hard? Maybe it doesn't want to get hard because you've been beating it for so long.
There's a lot going on with the ayahuasca world.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't know.
I know, but I'm sure it's valuable. Like I'm sure it would be valuable to me, but I'm just worried that I would then suck.
You'd be a different
annoying.
person.
Yeah.
The big question is, do you want to be different?
No, not really. But I'm always like, I do think that one of the purposes of living is to try and continually better yourself.
Yeah, but
You know,
I
without
mean,
I'm not seeking a drastic
when
change.
does a drug
Right.
make you necessarily better?
Kind of depends on the drug and what you're after. You know, like Molly makes you better at like staying up late and dancing. you know?
We're talking about being a better person.
Right.
Not just better at like telling
I-
someone you love them.
Right. I think I've had like, I haven't done it in a while, but like early in my life, I had some like big mushroom trips that I feel like helped me see things clearly. And they
Well,
were
then maybe
beneficial.
ayahuasca would be fun for you.
I dabble in the other dimensions.
Yeah,
I'll poke around.
I won't.
Yeah,
I'm
that's fair.
good. I'm poking around.
What if it taught you math?
I don't care to learn math.
Right.
I'm 37 years old.
Right.
When do I need math?
Yeah, that's fair.
When I'm almost dead, you know,
Okay.
like I'm at the end.
That
of
might be
my,
a problem with your math right there. You actually have more time than you think. 80 is not 4 years from now. I have great news.
I'm just saying that when I think about how old I am, I'm shocked at how old I am.
I think everyone at a certain point is.
I think
Like
about,
30,
that's-
like around 30. I mean, I just turned 34. I think like 2 days ago, I was like, oh, fuck. It was the first
Yeah.
time that people were like, how old are you? And I'm like, I don't want to tell you anymore.
because it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that there's benefits to being whatever age you are. Like 20 is awesome for a bunch of reasons, but 30 is great for different ones. Like 30 is kind of like you're like 20, but you don't do as much dumb shit. You have a little bit more money. You get to build your life. Like
Yeah.
that's fun. I don't need to be a 24-year-old.
My mid 30s were the best time of my life.
Right. That just happened. Now it sucks.
But that was my mid 30s. Now I'm in my late 30s.
Yeah, but I swear when you're in your 40s, you're going to be like, my late 30s were great. So you
Sure
need
they
to
were.
enjoy it now.
I know. I have a kid coming. Like,
Yes.
it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I don't need math.
Right. I'll concede that point.
He does.
Yeah.
And his dad is great at math. He's like
Really?
Rain Man.
Really? He's
Oh.
mentally handicapped?
I think
Is
he's
that
autistic.
legal? Are you allowed to?
I've
Can
been
they
calling him
fuck?
autistic for a long time.
Uh-huh.
He's not.
He's not.
He's just like Rain Man.
Yeah.
He's the kind of person that can like do crazy math in his head.
Is he just doing like basic arithmetic and you're like, oh my God, how do you know what 20% is on the bill?
Probably.
Yeah, you have no idea what he's doing.
I actually don't.
He's probably just like, dude, she thinks I'm so good at math. It's
Oh.
crazy.
And I've always been attracted to foreign languages. So when he like,
Speaks Chinese.
I'm like, wow, all those numbers that you just like
Yeah.
fiddled with in your head
Yeah.
are just like, you know,
That's
that
a foreign
meme?
language to you?
Yeah. Exactly. You know that meme of the guy? It's like the white blonde guy and he's smiling and there's all the math
Yes,
symbols.
Zach Galifianakis. It's from Hangover, right? He's just-
It's all the math.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like when he starts talking. I'm like,
It's funny because I was
wow.
picturing that when you were talking about it.
That's what I see. And I'm like, damn, you're so smart.
So smart.
So smart.
So hot.
So crazy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he can take over the math
Yeah. Okay, good.
skills.
Yeah. What does he do for work?
He owns a barbecue restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
So this baby's coming out smelling like brisket.
Yeah, I love that. Slow cook that
I've
baby.
never been hungry in this relationship
Yeah.
ever. I told you I went to New York for my baby moon and I had
Yeah.
a miserable time.
Yeah, it was an odd choice.
It was horrible. I don't know who the fuck in their right
Why
mind.
were you like watching a Christmas movie?
Of
And you're like,
course.
New York, December, let's get it.
So-
And then you're just pregnant on the subway. Like, what the fuck? I live in New York now. I love it, but I'm not taking a vacation
It
there.
was horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific. I wanted to be outdoor. I was like, I want to go see all the Christmas lights and I want the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And I want this romance because after this,
Yeah.
you know, we have a kid.
Yeah. Snow romance films so much better than it like actually is.
Yeah, I should have just watched Home Alone.
Yeah, in Hawaii. That's what you should have done. Just put that on in Hawaii.
It was a horrible
Yeah.
idea.
But now you've learned.
I did learn.
So if you have another baby,
I'm not going.
not going.
To New
Do you
York.
still get a baby moon when you have an existing child? Because then you have to bring it with you. And is it even like a relaxing
I don't know
time?
because you don't really get another baby shower.
Right.
You get like one.
Because they're like, just use the leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Baby showers are such an interesting thing because it's like every once in a while they'll try and invite me, and I'm like, I'm a man. I'm not going to a baby shower.
Mine was all girls.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
I'm like,
that's a you
no
guys,
guys.
thing. That is a you guys
and
thing.
I didn't have one guy that was like, oh, man.
No, we are golfing. We were doing something else.
They
We were
all
like,
went to the bar.
have fun.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Play the game where you eat like a Snickers out of a diaper or whatever, but like, yeah, I'm good.
I had dads thanking me. They were
Yes.
like, thank you for taking my wife for a while.
You can miss me with that. I'm not going to a baby shower.
Yeah, no. You can go day fade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a good day fade.
I'll throw myself like a dad bachelor party where it's like, last time before the baby comes out, guess we got to get fucked up all day.
Yeah. And you're already in New York, so
Yeah, be easy.
it's a tough place to do it.
I don't know if I will raise kids there. This is kind of a like, let's live here pre-kids vibe.
When do you think you're going to have kids?
I don't know for sure. I would say like 2 years.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm like already kind of like enjoying not having a kid and thinking about how much I enjoy that. But the longer that I go, I'm like, oh, it sounds like I know it's like the hardest thing in the world, but it's like the older I get, the more I'm like, that'll be fun.
It will be fun. It's
Yeah.
an arc in life.
Yeah. I feel like the world outside your house shrinks because you can't do as many things, but like the world inside your house grows. Yeah.
Of course.
And that's kind of cool.
That's some math I can understand.
Yeah.
Now
that's math.
Now that's how we add to life.
Yeah.
I agree though. I was the same way. I was like, but I was really ready for it. I was like, I was fine. You get to a place in life where you're like, you're always scared.
Yeah.
But there is a time when you're like, maybe this actually is a good time.
Yeah.
For this to happen.
I think that's how everything happens. Like sometimes it's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Even like getting married, it was never like, I don't want to do it, but it just never felt right. And then it got to a point where it was like, feels totally right. Let's do it. You know? You just kind of know. You got to search within yourself. You have to use the plant medicine to find out.
Oh my God. I do feel like if you want to do like drugs or go out or like have like you have anything else left to like
gotta get that out.
Go get it out.
And I think your body almost like it starts shutting down to a point where it's like you go out, you have a big night, you have a crazy fun time, and then the next day it hurts so much more than it used to.
Yeah.
That you reach a point in your life where you're like, even if I wanted to keep doing that, I can't do that as much as I used to.
Not sustainable.
Yeah.
No, you need something.
Like life forces you to be a better person.
You need something new to complain about.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You can't just always complain about how hungover you are.
Yeah. It's a weird look at a certain age. It's like, how many times have you rung this bell? And I like to catch a day fade. I still like to have a good time, but you can't be a bitch.
Well,
about
luckily for you, I can tell you that as a man, you can still catch fucking day fades.
Sup, dude? Yeah.
Even when your wife is pregnant.
Yeah. Actually, parents, it's so funny. I know people who are parents and they get as drunk as anybody. It's like, just change their window. You know, they just do it earlier.
Yeah.
Or later. Or at the house. It just changes. They're not going out to bars and stuff, but they're like, kids asleep. I'm having scotch. And I'm like, Tuesday. What? I'm not. I don't have a kid. I'm like drinking water and been asleep.
Well, I guess for my dessert question, how did you propose to your wife?
COVID proposal.
Oh.
COVID proposal. And so we were living. So during COVID, we were living in San Francisco at the time. And then this like meth head squatter just kept breaking into our apartment repeatedly. And so we had to leave. So then we moved.
You had to leave?
We had to leave. So I love San Francisco, but that was my one pet peeve. I didn't think that was great.
Why didn't he have to leave?
Well, they took him to jail. They got him because they had him on he had an alias and like he was under a false name. And they got him and they threw him in jail. And I was like, thank God, finally this dude's in jail. Because he kept breaking in and then he wouldn't do anything.
This guy sounds like a serial killer.
He was, I think he was really into meth. And then he was into squatting. And he had lived there, but then the roommate moved out. And so he just started squatting and just freaking out. And he would like knock on our door and be like, is that your white Jeep? And I'd be like, no. And he's like, well, we need to go. We're all going to die. The earthquake's coming. And I was like, no, thank you. And then he broke in and he was just like, I wasn't there, but I saw on the Ring camera, he broke in and just like demanded the rent money and then closed the door and left. So, you know, he was doing a decent amount of meth, I think.
And how long did you live in this place before you?
For 2 years, it was great. And then COVID hit and shit just went insane. And so then that happened. They find out he has an alias. He's got a warrant out for his arrest. They take him to jail. I'm watching him. They go in with guns. They put his hands behind his back. He's like, ow, 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 ow. I think he liked getting pounded in the ass. But he basically goes to jail. And because I think people would say California didn't handle COVID the best, they were like, he's going to be out in like 3 days. And so we were like, fuck it. Like, I'm just not like, we could go through a whole legal system, but I was just like, I don't want to be here anymore. We went to my parents' house. We were living at my parents' house, which gets us to the engagement, which was your initial question.
Okay.
And right near my parents' house, there's this lovely like old villa with these like redwood forests. And so I was like, hey, let's go out for a walk. It was New Year's Eve, which was also our first date, which at that time I think was 10 years previous. Mm-hmm. And we went for a walk, and there's like there's stadium seating there. Our the rows, the first letter of her name and mine were next to each other, and our favorite numbers were next to each other. So we were sitting in those seats, and then I proposed. Come back, and like my like parents had prepared like a little food and champagne and stuff, and friends came by.
Cute.
And then it was COVID, so you couldn't like do that much. But it was New Year's Eve, and we'd already rented a giant Airbnb with like 12 of our friends for a New Year's Eve so we could celebrate.
Fun.
And so I had like a built-in engagement party, and it was great.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, for COVID and like how you planned it and stuff, was she surprised?
She was surprised, and she was like, God damn it, I would have worn more makeup. You know, like, all these pictures, I'm like crying. But
was there someone taking pictures?
I had initially planned to have like her parents and some friends like waiting when we walked out and like picnic, and then my friend was going to take pictures, and then someone got exposed to COVID, and at the time that was like a whole thing, and everyone's old, so we're like, fine, screw all that, we're still going to party with our friends. And I scrapped having everybody, and I was actually, both ways work, I felt like I had to plan something, but I ended up being really happy that it was just the two of us, because it's like, you know, that's what it's all about.
More
and so
intimate.
we have like, you know, some selfies and things, and then photos from that night, and you get tons of photos from the wedding and all that.
Yeah.
But I ended up being glad that it was just the two of us.
How long did it, from when you proposed, did you get married?
Probably a year and 4 or 5 months, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say once you get engaged, people are like, when's the wedding? And
Yeah.
we were just kind of like taking things at our own pace. I was just like, we don't know yet. I don't, like, right now we're enjoying this. It's fun being engaged. So we're just going to do that for 5 or 6 months, and then we'll start doing the whole planning thing.
I saw a COVID wedding on the beach. I was in California when COVID was happening.
Yeah.
And I saw a COVID wedding on the beach, and the pastor had on a face shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the bride and groom both had on like masks.
Yeah.
All the guests had on like face shields too. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, you couldn't have pushed this
Yeah.
a little bit longer.
Yeah.
All your pictures for all the rest of time.
It was just such a tough time. Like, people made crazy decisions during COVID, and I don't fault anybody for them, because I watched like people in my life just lose their fucking minds. I feel like I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Because like I couldn't, like, I just had all this like weird energy. Like, I couldn't perform. Like, I couldn't do stand up, and like that actually helped.
Stand up wasn't even going on, at least not in California, for like a year.
I did like 2 Zoom shows. I was like, that's not it.
Yeah.
I remember I performed for the Cars. I like went outside. I was on top of a parking garage in Santa Cruz, and I performed for like 4 Toyotas, and I felt so alive because I'd been doing Zoom, and I was like finally back up on stage, and I was getting like brights flashed at me, and they would like honk. And people talk about how bad that is. Yeah, compared to normal comedy, but I hadn't done it. And I was like, oh, I'm so back. I was losing my mind. I would like go to a party, like we'd like hang out with like 2 friends, and we'd like drink, and then we'd be like a couple hours in, and I'd be like, I would just get like, I don't know, I just felt wrong. Like,
I know. Some people went the way of working out, and they were like, this is the time that I'm going to like get into shape. And then there were people like me who just decided to drink.
Yeah, I did. I made that same. I'll tell you, the first 2 weeks of COVID were the greatest experience of my life. It was like nobody can go anywhere. No one's going to work. We'd all just get on Zoom. It was like a sick day for the world.
Yeah.
I actually think this is actually crazy. I went to my best friend's bachelor party in New Orleans the week before it all shut down. And I remember we went hard that Sunday. We drank before the flight. I like got home fucked up. And I remember I have work the next day. And I was just like lying in bed and I was like, please, like, be sick when you wake up or something tomorrow. Like, just, you can't go. I don't want to go back into the office. And I woke up the next day. The world was shut down, and I've never worked in an office a day the rest of my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah, I willed it into existence.
That's pretty awesome.
Sorry if your family members passed.
I know. It's a bad time for some people. My social media blew up.
Me too.
Everyone was sitting on their phones.
Yeah.
So suddenly, people started watching my videos.
It was helpful. Yeah, the degradation of everyone's individual mental state really did help me kind of soft launch my career.
It really did for me too. I started making more and more funny content.
You had to learn how to do like content. It was like what you had to do. It was like your only way of reaching people.
Dude, I've been doing content for years, like making funny sketches for years. And like all of a sudden, the first month of COVID, all of my videos spiked.
Yeah.
And I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
This is great. And so then I was like, well, I'm going to start doing every kind of funny video I possibly could. I started doing tiny hand stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And so while everyone was dying, I was just trying.
You need comic relief though. Like if someone's like, oh my God, I'll never see grandma again. But then for a few minutes, you're like, ha 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 ha, tiny. And they're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's an even trade.
So I
was it TikTok mostly?
At first it was TikTok.
Yeah.
And then I had someone that was like, you should just put your TikToks on Instagram.
And it's like,
yeah, I was like, God, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
And so then I started putting all the TikTok stuff on Instagram and then started like bleeding it through the rest of the platforms.
Yeah.
And for like 2 years, it really worked out for me.
How do you feel about the TikTok ban?
I don't give a shit.
You're off it.
I'll tell you something about social media and being popular on social media. There's a point where you just stop caring.
Yeah, you have to. Otherwise, you've lost. Otherwise, you lose it.
I got 1 million followers on TikTok, and I was like, oh my God,
this
the
is
big
it.
1M.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 million, and I was like, okay, well,
yeah,
I'm not that great at math, but all that's changed is a number.
Feels like a double.
I'm like, cool, we put 1 and 1 together.
Yeah.
And made 2, and then it hit like 2.1 and 2.2, and I'm like, man.
The metrics watching is so empty. And then it's like when a video doesn't do well, you're like, what the fuck? And then you just get to the point where you're like, what I want to focus on is the actual thing that I'm making. And the results will be what they will be. But the fun thing is being like, I'm excited to post this. This feels funny to me.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was fun when I started posting some stand-up and like getting real exposure instead of just the sketches I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, people like don't think I'm funny.
The medium makes a difference.
It's like, I should really stick to the sketches.
You go up on stage with the tiny hands, you're like, what's the deal with
I actually thought that like tiny hands would save me. And it's funny that you say that because I would wear an oversized sweatshirt and come out with tiny hands.
That didn't work, did it?
It was like this
at a comedy club.
Yeah, and I'd go up to the microphone with my little hands, and I'd be like, "Hey guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight." And like with these dumb hands.
Oh my God, that's unreal.
Just
and every comic in the back is going 2 million on TikTok, huh? 2 million on TikTok, huh?
Yeah. And I just started realizing how like not funny my stand-up was in public. And no matter how funny you think it is, or like if you have a banger of a night at a club and you're like, everyone was like laughing so hard, you just put it on the internet, the world will tell you
Yeah.
if you're good or not.
Yeah.
So I've pretty much quit stand-up, and
Well, it's
now
also, but like stand-up is like, it's like anything. It takes a really long time. Like it
I
takes a
know.
long time with sketches to learn how to do. I've gotten good at stand-up, but then I'll post a sketch and be like, this is a banger. And then I'll be like 2 hours into it being live and I'll be like, God, delete that. Everything's a discipline. Like you got to
it's
learn how
rough.
to do it.
It's rough.
And you're also not going to be good at everything.
Yeah,
But stand-up hurts the most.
it does.
When people don't like that, it's it's right there.
But like sketches are like a drug for me. So I
Yeah.
would just go back and I would just make another sketch, and then suddenly
Yeah.
I'd go up another 100,000 followers, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. You guys still like me.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm never posting another stand-up clip ever again.
Sounds like a good move.
So anyway, where can people
Have you tried big hands? Because big hands might be the unlock. There's something.
Never thought of it. Didn't think of it.
Yeah.
I should have. I really should have. So anyway, where can people find you?
Yes, it's Joey Avery on Instagram. TikTok probably won't exist. YouTube is Joey Avery. JoeyAvery.com/live is my tour dates, and my podcast is The Joey Show.
Amazing. Thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Let's go catch a day fade.
Catch a day fade, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. See you next time.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date, I can't wait.
You told your mom about